get some video coming up here. Get to there, bring it up here. Hit that mute button on the TV. How's everybody doing this evening? Let's see. Yeah, quite a few people on. As far as, lives. But nobody in RC that I can see. At least not out of all my stuff. So, yeah, I figured I'd jump on this evening. Got things done this afternoon and relaxed a little bit. Got fed. And I guess I'll jump into this work and do some of this stuff. So I think the first thing I'm going to do is do the shock build. These are from the Origin kit. And of course, when I got the Optic kit, it came with the black caps, and I bought the orange caps and orange ring adjuster rings for it. Put those together and put them on here. And then, of course, when the Origin came in, and I ended up ordering it. I got it in orange, so these shocks went over to that. And now I'll build these and put them in here. It doesn't appear that I got my Origin, from the original order. I picked it up, I don't know, whatever, the 21st, January 21st, when I bought it, I should say, purchased it January 21st. When they first released it, about 7:30 in the afternoon or evening, early evening here on the East Coast, which would have been about 4:30 West Coast time. So quite a ways after they had actually released it. But they still had them, obviously. But anyways, I ordered that on the first night they were released. And took a while, almost a little bit over the 3-month predicted time to actually get it, which wasn't no big deal. I wasn't overly worried about that at all. Let's see, we'll need some of the stuff out of here. But yeah, it doesn't look like it's got any of the upgraded shock parts that I would need. That they just released here a little while ago, because they just released them. Although, I know they're coming in the Origins now, because I ordered mine originally, these weren't quite available yet. So I hit up Vanquish, and they are sending me out a shock rebuild kit of the new stuff, and when I get those, I'll use that on the shocks on the Origin, because they are leaking. The ones from the Optic here that I put on there, one of them is leaking. I should say, they're not that they are leaking, but one of them's got a leak. Not bad, but it looks like it's at the cap. So if one's leaking, there's another one probably getting close. Come on. Damn thing. Pain in the butt just to get it out. You guys don't need to come out, but you do. Now they won't come out. these at least somewhat together. Hey, Mir, welcome back. Mir or Meyer. I'm going to say Mir because it's M-E-I instead of M-I-E. All right. Put those there. Separate these things a little bit. Oh, come on, darn you. This thing's kind of started. Hair on my eyeball. Oh, come on. Fiddly bit. Well, are you kidding me? Boy, I'm having a heck of a time with this one. Man. Kind of crazy. That one on there. Separate those. Okay. Go ahead and assemble these. Well, I got silicone oil on my darn hands. They're slickery. Yeah, kind of a crappy cold day here. Barely got in, high 50s here. I think we've seen 59, 58, somewhere in that neighborhood. Pretty nippy today, so I was inside, not doing much. I can't deal with that cold anymore. It'll happen to you too. As Abe Simpson said, I didn't know what it was, but at one time I was it. Okay. Okay. So let's go ahead and get these on here. So they're done. Get these out of that little bin there. Okay. Goodness. Uh-oh. I've only got 6 eclipse. Oh, there's the other 2. There's the other 2. I should have 8. I don't know how I got them up with that, but okay, I did. Come on now. Pain in the arse. Damn eclipse. They're tiny. They're a pain in the ass to work with. And my dexterity is not what it used to be. Well, for crying out loud. Come on, get in. pain in the butt. Slipping them on, trying to get them on the wood here, and keep dropping it. Come on, you little pecker. Thought I had it. Felt like it went on, but no, this slipped off. This one's a little messed up. There we go. I don't think there's a top or bottom to these. Doesn't appear to be. Guess I can try to do these. Okay, that one went pretty good. Sometimes your Teflon pistons can be tapered depending on the function that you're looking to get. I don't think there's anything like that for these SD8 shocks per se. Where the hell did you go? There it is. But I know some companies make aftermarket pistons for a lot of shocks, and somebody might make some tapered pistons for these. I don't know. Basically kind of change a little bit of the flow of the oil. There we go. Okay, pistons assembled. Now, how did I do this before? I think I just used this and went like so. I don't have any snap ring pliers. That ain't gonna work. Wasn't how I did it, so let me see this other small screwdriver. I'm pretty sure I tore these apart before. Come in now. Alright, I'm gonna be a pain in the ass, so let me try this one for a minute. It's a bigger blade. Alright. So, you gotta get some oil in the bottom of that part here. But I'm not gonna use oil for now. I'm gonna use green slime. And we're gonna pack that in there. Okay. Clean them up as I go a little bit. Okay, one more. Okay. Let's get this opened up. Don't need a lot of things here, but I need some stuff. Need the caps or the shock perches. The bottom swivel eyelets for the swivel balls. Come on, get out there without slicing my damn finger. And that's it. Well, okay, these caps, I guess. Okay, that should be what I need for that. Now, do two of these one way and two of them the other. That's the right. Yep. Whoopsie. Popped right on through. They It's the other way. Okay. That's that. Let's go ahead and put these on. From here on out, these shocks are going to have to stay on a particular side because of the spacers. Oh, come on. Well, crying out loud. There we go. Now it's going straight. That's right, I need those other two caps off that. Need the other two caps. There it goes, finally. Sometimes a little trick getting them square. You want them square before you start threading on too much. And yes, they might square up when you're tightening them up, but you're also going to be messing up shocks. So, let me put these two over here. Grab this again. Guess it was opened at the end, huh? Okay, pistons. Okay. Do some other. So let me go ahead and flop it around. Where are my other two drivers? Okay, now I need to kind of decide what I'm going to do for oil. It's going to be a little bit heavier, so I think I'm going to do 50 and 60. 50 in the front, 60, or 60 in the front, 50 in the back. Because it's going to be a little heavier being it's a... Oh, wait a minute. This is the optic, not the origin. So I can actually do, 30 and 40. Because I don't have a lot of excess on this right now. A little bit, but not much. Yeah, I'll do 30 in the front, 40 in the back. Now, the way these are set, I got to launch them again. Because they're basically front, back, front, back. Because they're going to be... These are for this side. Right? That's the side there. No, that's the side there. Okay, so that, that runs to the inside. So that'll be the front and the back, the front and the back on each side. And this will be driver side, or left side, passenger right side. Let's just slip through. Okay. Sorry, didn't mean to wake you up. Actually, I'll do 40 and 45. 40 in the front, 45's in the back. We'll start there. See how we do. Okay. Let's take the front ones. Get them bled. Get our air bubbles out. Really don't look like I got any. Okay, that looks pretty decent. Let's grab the back. Basically bleeding them, pushing the piston up, giving a little spin, pulling it down. These are side holes, so the nice thing there, looks like a little bit of green slime maybe. Okay, I think we're looking all right. Grab another Kleenex. So now we gotta get dirty. What's up, Offno? How you doing, buddy? Go ahead and move these down out of the way. Okay. Give her a wrap. Cause otherwise you're gonna get messy. Sit in our that ain't them. That ain't what those are for. Maybe for the plastic caps, but not for these. Alright, so put a little bit more in here. Top them right up. So I'll be pushing out the excess soil anyways. So I gotta do it again because I just messed it up. So I had the piston shaft all the way in. I need all the way out to do this. Now put the cap on. Okay. Now I need my 1.5 driver. Okay, one front. Do the other one here. Couple drops, not much. There we go, that's plenty. Making a mess. Well, for crying out loud. Just set your shock shaft down, push that oil out, clean it up. It's nice about bleeder caps, it makes it very simple. Set your screw in and gently thread her home. And of course, that's aluminum and a steel bolt, so you don't want to over tighten it at all. You just get her snug and give her just a little extra snug bite, just so she's good to go. All right, you out of the way, bring you up. You're gonna need a couple drips. Throw you away, right out of my way. Okay. Okay, one more to go. This one's going to be a little messy, so I'm going to take a little bit out. I got way too much in that one, but that's okay. Sneezy cat. And time for me to order some more elderberry juice, it looks like. Someone's getting the sneezies all the time. And I started looking and, what's a good thing to help her out, because she was sneezing really bad. She had a, cold. I don't like vets. I don't think modern medicine is all it's cracked up to be, and I've been like that my whole life. That's why I go to a chiropractor and not a doctor when I'm having issues, unless I've got something that a chiropractor ain't gonna be able to help. Which, lately, by lately I mean most of my 58 years, I haven't had to see a doctor. There's been a couple reasons here and there, but nothing major. Okay. Okay. Yeah. It's sucking up and it shouldn't be. Adjust this a little bit. What I got going on here? I guess that's all right. Yeah, I haven't been in a while. I need to. My neck's all mucked up, and it has been. My neck and my back's been screwed up most of my life, but I'm getting a lot of pinches, a lot of area where I've got degenerative disc disease, and I've had that since, I don't know, I was 30. They diagnosed me with it like 33, 34, something like that. So most of my life that's been going on too. I'm hypermobile, and I got some bony growths on my vertebrae that if I stretch too much or overexert myself, twisting, because I can, hypermobile means over mobile. I can move, turn, bend. As a man, it's almost unheard of, but I can bend over and put my hands flat on the floor, my palms flat on the floor, and I've got normal hips. My hips are not, funky like a girl's hip. No, I've got normal hips. I'm hypermobile. I can stretch my back, not double jointed. That's completely different. But that really can screw things up, because you can get, especially those bony growths. That's the biggest issue. Those bony growths are a problem, because they turn around, and I was in wrestling matches in 10th grade and tore into all the surrounding tissue, and my whole back was black and blue from head to toe. Well, from head to asshole. Mom said it looked like I was beat with a baseball bat. See how this works. That works out pretty good. That gets them all pretty even. I'm happy with that. Don't need those. Don't need those. Let's get some springs going here. Now, I do have optional springs, but I'm going to go with the stockers for now, and we'll see what we need later. Okay. Okay. One shock for the front, ready to go. Okay. Second one for the front. Yeah, they didn't call mine spurs. They just called them bony growths. This was in 1980. And the recommendation for me, they didn't, they said, well, we don't believe they're cancer because, they didn't think they're bone cancer. because it was uniform. I mean, absolutely uniform on every vertebrae. So they're like, no, we're pretty sure this is genetic. You know, cancer don't go uniform on every bone. I was 13 or something like that at the time. So they, yeah, we don't think it's cancer. It's very uniform, so we believe it's just bony growths. And their prognosis was not deteriorating or detrimental, but it wasn't good. Basically, they said, well, we suspect over your years as you're getting older that you'll end up having some of these bony growths shave off, bump off, get knocked off. You'll have pieces of bone floating around your back next to your spinal column, and we feel that may cause a serious issue, a cut, and then cause you to become paralyzed or, numbness or worse. So the prognosis, that was their prognosis, is potential paralyzation if one of these bony growths broke off and got into my nervous column, central nervous system. Their repair, their solution here for me, 1980, maybe 81, 13, 14, coming up on 15 years old in that area. I think I was 13 to 14, so probably that's why I think it was 1980. And anyways, was to cut me open from head to asshole, flay me like a fish, expose my entire spinal column, and use a hammer and brass chisel to knock off these bony growths. And as they said, we don't know if they'll grow back. We don't know if that will cause any problems long term. We don't foresee any issues. 1980s crap. That sucked. 1980s, you're getting in the thing. Son of a dog. So I'll know which one's right or left. So that's a right, and that should be the right. Yep, those are both rights, or lefts, sorry. All right, let me do it this way. Son of a dog. Trying to keep them all square and straight, now all of a sudden, bam. So there's the lefts. These are the rights. Now all I gotta do is figure out which is which for... Okay, I think that's thicker, so that's back. Yeah. So this and this are back. And these are fronts. Feel pretty right. Pain in my ass. That sucked if that damn thing fell out of there like that. So, go ahead and get this one going. But yeah, so they wanted to, use hammer and chisel and basically open me up, knock these damn things off. As they said, we don't know that it will cause any problems. We don't believe it will. Although during the operation, we could always slip, mess up, hit your spinal column, and paralyze you. And I'm like, okay, so you're telling me that if I don't do nothing, I may, at some unforeseen time in the future, have some bones flake off and then come into my spinal column and end up inadvertently severing or causing some issue with my spinal column, causing potential paralyzation. Or you guys may be a little tired and slip and hit my vertebrae or hit my spinal column and cause damage or paralyze me. Yeah, that was basically all it was. So I decided to take the long way option. Told them to get bent. They gave me a bunch of Percocets for pain. I wasn't in a lot of pain, but it wasn't, painless. I heard. And then I took those for 2 days. This is a Thursday, I think it was. I had wrestling match on Friday again that week. So I didn't take anything except some Tylenol, whatever it was, maybe. And then on Monday, I took the Percocets. On Tuesday, I took them in the morning. I took them in the afternoon. And by Tuesday afternoon, I was, when I got home from school, I was feeling a little, not weird, but a little strange. Thoughts popping in my head that shouldn't be there. A few other things. Just kind of weirdness. Then I started feeling really rubber bandy by this, Tuesday in the afternoon. I didn't think nothing about it, so when I got home, I took the Percocets. And by Tuesday night, I was feeling really, my skin was a little itchy. Like I said, I kind of felt like I was a rubber band. Everything was kind of flimsy and man, I did not like that. So I didn't take them anymore. Come on now, get in there. And yeah, it took the rest of the week. Hey, Chunky, how you doing? Gems, how you doing, buddy? Took the rest of the week for me to actually get back to feeling normal, man. I was not keen on that at all. So yeah, I totally ditched that crap and went, nope, no more of that. So I quit taking the Percocets, gave them back to my mom on Thursday night and said, I don't care what you do with them, you can take them back to them, tell them to shove them up in their ass. I'm not taking those anymore. I did not like it whatsoever. So how you guys doing? Trail callers, what's up, buddy? Yeah. Well, yeah, this will be ready. This is pretty much ready now. I was working on trying to get the rest of the the origin done up, but I'm waiting for some stuff to come in that didn't get here today, so should be here Monday hopefully, but kind of a pain in the butt. I was hoping for it today. Come on. Get in there. Basically scale bolts and stuff from Locked Up RC. tight spot here to get these in. Can't see it really good there, but just, yeah, I got the metal axle housings, and clearances and tolerances are very snug. So getting things, and of course these swivel balls swivel, that don't help and get right in the way. Come on, get in there. You are right there, ready to slide in. Why won't you go in? Alright, this is getting to be a pain in my ass. Come on, finally. Gotta be just in the perfect spot, or else you're not gonna get in there. Come on. Probably bringing a few things with me, not just up. How you doing, Kurt? Besides this and the origin. Alright, put you in there. Put you here. I just hope it's nice out that weekend, because this cold weather, I don't do well with it. I do okay with it. My hands don't do well with it. It has never been, well, I don't want to say never. Last 10 years, winter has really sucked. Hey, Tank, how you doing, buddy? I love winter, but my hands, after having frostbite 3 or 4 times, not so much. They are not winter friendly anymore. So I gotta watch it. It's bad enough now where if it's 65 degrees and wet, and the rain is in rain and it's cold rain, that shit will freeze my hands up, and in 20 minutes they'll be white, no blood flowing through them. It's still 60, 65 degrees, but my hands think it's 15 degrees and they're stopping blood flow because something's wrong, and that nerve damage after having frostbite a couple times is brutal. That can be brutal. And it was. It was. Alright. Clean this up a bit. So yeah, hopefully the weather is decent. Not wet. Because if it's wet, I'm probably not going to be doing a heck of a lot. If it's really wet, I probably won't even be going. Because I'll just be stuck in my van all weekend. Yeah, a little bit. Shirt's got a few holes, there's no doubt about that. Over here. Yeah, it's not bad now. Of course, it's barely. It was barely 59, 58, 59 today, so it was kind of chilly here. So I was only outside minimally. Not going to be that great tomorrow either, it doesn't look like. Come on now. Good, that one went a lot easier. Now to get it lined up properly. Well, that's pretty close right there. Come on, wiggle in there. There it is. There she went. Actually, I should have actually, yeah. I gotta take these back off on the bottom, my dumb ass. I've got this servo mount, metal servo mount to install on the rear axle. So this needs to swing down. Anywho, derp. So I get to go put those bottoms in all over again. You gotta take them out all over again right here. Thanks to you guys for showing up, hanging out for a bit. Appreciate that. That's got to come out. I could probably do most of it right there. But there's a lot to take apart here, essentially, for right now. Thanks, Max. Appreciate it. Didn't see you sneak in there between Kurt and Francis. Yeah, this has been a fun build. I haven't been able to drive it much this year because of all the other stuff going on, and I'm get home at night. I don't feel like taking off and going anywhere often. I'm gonna have to redo my crawler course out back just so I've got room to play somewhere. I've got a bunch of broken concrete. Not a lot. I mean, really, it's got a small little, maybe 8x8 area, give or take. Some other stuff are in there. Got a bigger area than that I crawl in, but, that's with a bunch of broken concrete there. So it gives me something to crawl on and up, and got her kind of set up. And there's some old video and old photos. Kind of half trail, half rock, but I want to clean it all up. Right now it's just covered in ferns, essentially. You there. So let's see. This is a bit of a pain. We need to take you off, or at least you out for here. There. And I've still got you to put on. You can come up here for now. Okay. So what's everybody else been doing today? Besides me freezing, what all you guys been doing? But you get any RC time in, build time, blah blah blah. Okay. These two. You. One more for you. Okay. Cool, cool. Yeah, I see a lot of people doing the porging. It is a pretty nice body, 3D printed. Of course, with 3D printing, you need to have a little bit of, quality filament, a decent printer. Most of them will do it, but will it do it and do a really nice job? It might, but let's see. That should be it. There we go. Grab you. Yeah, I've got a brass one on the front. I figured I'd spend the stupid money. Not that I needed it. The stock unit probably would have been fine, but because these are pretty heavy duty. But for servos, I do much prefer the stuff to be actually metal to hold them. Okay. Sure everything's there. It goes in like that. So you go in here. Let's start with you. Under 3, I got one of the under 3s, the version 2, I believe it was, a couple years old. I think it would do all right, but I've not really done a lot of improving my knowledge base and ability to print. I just kind of download STLs or G code, whatever, and get it kind of tweaked a little bit, and then put it on there. Actually, a lot of times I don't even tweak anything. I just put it right on there and let her go. Goodness. All the way down in there. Don't seem to be an issue. You dog, stop popping out. Okay. That's that. Let's get these two in. Actually, I think it's those two. These ones are for the other one. Damn phlegmy crap. Okay. Okay. Get the drive shaft back together, make sure everything's phased right. Get up so I can see here. Okay, got that. That one there. Stuff locked in place again, at least somewhat. I'm going to need a shorter screw for that. Let's see what that one does. That'll work. Your dog, you came out on me. Of course. Of course you fell. Why wouldn't you? Fucking swivel balls. Pain in my backside. They're not just perfect, man. They just do not want to go into place. What's up, Wolf? How you doing, buddy? You son of a bitch. Excuse my French, I don't know German. Ugh. Finally. Pain in my ass. Okay. Okay. Trail junkie saw me come in, I didn't see. Sorry I missed you. Must have missed one trail junkies there, I think. How you doing? All right. Oh, come on. Oh, come on. Hate this crap. Okay. Bitch. Bitch. that. Getting finally back down to the shitty gritty again. Come on, baby. Come on, baby. Let's do the twist. Come on, baby. It's a good thing I can play bass because I am not a singer. Ah, you pecker. There we go. That should go in there. There it is. What a pain in the ass. Use the wand. Luke, use the force. There, let's go there. Let's get this one on. Finally. Big ass head out of the way. Okay. Okay, you in there. You in there, nice. They all would do that. Let's see where our spot's at, right there. Damn. Fell out on me. Had you in the right spot. Moved you in the wrong spot. I did a little bit of work on the origin earlier, but wasn't much I could do. So I'm, like I say, I'm waiting for my scale hardware to show up so I can do the rest of what I need to do. Well, not need to do, but want to do. Really? You dog, get in there. Oh, son of a bitch. The only one time, sometimes bad thing about magnetic drivers. Come on, frick, get in that fucking thing. Okay, so finally got that little bit of crap done. Shocks are done. Servo mount is installed. This will be easy. Pull that. Spin you. Pull you. Push you out the bottom. Open up the aluminums. Splurgy, splurgy. slide you in from the top. Take care of that. Good, no battery in there. I knew I didn't have one, but I figured, well, I better take it. Well, yeah, I can't miss. All right, there we go. There's that. Only thing is, they could fall out if you roll over, so be aware of that. If you roll over, you might drop your pins, and they're not in there that low enough to get that way, so. Alright, get her back on her units here. For now. Ah, you good bitch. Had it set up. Move that crap out the way. Put you in there. That up out the way. And now we're down to one thing that I wanted to do to the optic today, and that's to put in the headlights from this My Trick RC. The rest of it, because the Origin comes with the Q series light or lights for the headlights. I'm going to use the rest of this for that. And I'll get some tail lights, a simple light controller, just for on-off function to put here on the optic. So it's good to go. So let's go ahead. Oh, that is a zip baggie. That's the only thing I really need to pull out. That's the light, tail light bar. So I can actually go back in here. Ooh, that's something I didn't think about. Shit, I may have to put a different end on it because I don't have this end. Okay, he's got adapters there. There's adapters in there. So I'll use that. I thought I was going to have a problem for a minute. I'll go ahead and pull one of those out. No, come on. Give me the hole. Nope. It's not what I need. Maybe he don't have the adapters here. They're different. Oh, shit. Looks like it's all proprietary to his piece, so I might have to make one. I think I've got the stuff to make one. Yeah, I'll have to make one up. Alright, not a biggie. Just one of these mini JSTs to a regular JST, it looks like. Leave that in there. That's alright, we'll get her mounted and call her done. I got stuff I think I should be able to make one up. Or just Amazon a package of 10 for a couple bucks. I'm sure they're there. This is supposed to go in there too, I believe. Okay. Go ahead and bring her over. I better break out my destructions just to take a peek. It doesn't show much. I believe those are the those are the smaller ones on the hood or the roof, not the hood. Get this off. So what we at here? About an hour and what? That bit rate. Hour and 54. So yeah, she's 11:30 then. 11:30-ish Eastern time. Yeah, 11:40. So not bad. How are these things supposed to mount in there? Okay, so I'm going to have to pop you apart. So I got to take you off, get the front bumper part off. Yeah, be about right. 3 hours there. Been a while since I've done that. I got another set of screws here to take out up top. It's been a few months since I put this together. About 10, I think. Okay. Alright, still held in somewhere else. Right there. Just that needed to come off. I guess those other ones didn't have to. that's good. I'll put them back then. I thought I had to take those ones off. Look like they're different lengths a little bit. But they weren't. Just my eyes not looking quite squarely. Okay. You back in because you didn't need to come out. Come on. Get on there, you little bitch. Okay. Now, let's see how these are going to mount. Like that. That's how they go in there. So what is in there? Okay, nothing there. So I'm presuming I'm supposed to have a very small set of screws. They might be in my bag for the build for the optic or yeah, optic. Tiny screws. Okay. Let's take a peek what I can get out of my tub of parts. Hoping I got a couple real small screws, which I should have. Which I think those will work. They're actually a slot. Just a regular slotted screw. Back out some so I can try to get it down and there we go. Come on, you little bastard, get in there. bit. There we go. Here for now. Pop you, can open you. Bring you through there. Okay. 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 Put you back into place. We'll have to get a adapter, or like I say, or solder a full size JST to the end. Now I got to figure out where the hell those two screws went, because I am missing something somewhere. Where did those two screws come from? These two little ones. Not sure what I did with them. See you off. Now have a good one, buddy. Where, oh, where do these things go? I'm not sure where I took them off at. Seems like they're... Oh, I bet you... No, nothing on that. What did I do? Where did they go? Where did they go? Where did they go? Got all 4 servo screws there. Those 2 down there. That one there. Those 2 there. Those 2 holding that on. Of course, those are M3s. Yeah, I am unsure where I took those 2 out. I wonder, no, I didn't take anything out of in there. Alright. I will drop them in here. They'll be there when I need them. Alright. So overall, not bad, 2 hours. Seems to be about the going rate for video time lately. If I get into anything kind of, involved. She's going to be 2 hours before she's done. So I'm going to put that there with those. This can go with those. Bring this thing up. Alright, let's see. Okay. That pretty much covers that section. There. So we don't need those anymore in there. Oil's back. Sneezy cat. Don't need you. And I'll go ahead and put my wheels back on for shiz and giggles. Take care of that. All right. I wonder how these will sit tall enough to be up there or not. All right, that keeps them up. All right, well, these ones up a little too high though. There we go. All right, one whole build session in the book. Nice that it's been a quiet day at work. I'm on call this weekend. New subscriber, thanks for whoever subscribed. Let's see who we got. Anybody in here? Oh, Tank. Thanks, Tank. Appreciate it. Oh, Gems too. All right. Thanks, guys. So, yeah. Here we are. Optic is pretty much good to go. I've ran this half a dozen times. Mostly in last winter. I really haven't much time to run since the snow's been gone. But she's got a little tore up on it. Does have, a lot of the upgrades on it. Aluminum axle housings, aluminum third members, reef servos, aluminum now rear servo mount, brass front servo mount, H-Tech bump stocks. These aren't H-Tech, these rear shock mounts. I can't remember the company right off the top of my head. They're the other one that making specific items for the unit. I'm probably going to have to redo those shocks a little bit. Not bad, though. I should probably actually what I do is end up taking them off, make sure I got them right. One night, at least the nice thing about the Losi oil is you can tell what oil is what by looking at the color. So, all right, I'm probably going to go ahead and kill it. It is a pretty capable rig, no doubt about that, Meat Servo. Is that right? Meat Servo, yeah. Thanks for stopping in and commenting. It is pretty capable. I've seen a lot of people actually doing pretty hard lines with it. So I can't see, any major issue, even though it's sold as pretty much a trail rig. It's got the abilities. It's well balanced. The COG is pretty decent stock without all the extra parts on it. Depending on what you do with your extra parts, that could be better or worse. So yeah, there's a lot of things. There are a few other things I want to do. The poor 8 ball and 2 balls getting blown out. But with this, I think the only thing I really need to do, I'm probably going to redo the shocks a little bit. I'm going to end up ordering the things that I suspect they'll leak a little bit. So I'll order the upgrade stuff. I'm going to have to order me some of those snap ring pliers, the mini ones. So I can get in and out of there easily. I've got snap rings, just not quite that small. A few other things, like say, a set of tail lights or a tail light of some sort, just to have something. No other lights. I don't think I'll put rock lights on this. I think I'll put them on the Origin though. So yeah, it's actually not too bad. Been pretty useful for my use, but again, I haven't used it a hell of a lot yet this year. And now I've got the Origin, and I'll probably be using it a little bit less. Probably be using that Origin quite a bit. So yeah, I can actually tighten those up, do some adjusting there. I am going to have to kind of double check. They feel pretty same. They feel pretty much the same. Actually, I think I might need to swap them, because I meant to put the 50 weight oil in the front. I think that's what I got. I got the 50 weight oils in the back now. I'm thinking about it after doing all this stuff. But I'll be doing the shocks on the Origin, rebuilding those probably next week as soon as the rebuild parts come in. So I'll get those done, and I'll do these at the same time, readjust them a little bit. These ones act a little weird. It's the only second set of shocks I built from Thankless, so they're a little bit different in the way you deal with them. Not much, but a little bit. The bleeder caps, so you got to kind of do a little different trick to them. But overall, yeah, it's not been a bad little couple hours upgrades. So it's midnight here, 12:05, so I'm gonna go ahead and call it, because I still have to kind of keep my schedule good so I can be up at 6 in the morning without killing myself come Monday morning. But I'll probably jump into some stuff tomorrow. It's supposed to be a little bit nicer out, sunny, not necessarily any warmer. So I'll probably get outside and do some stuff out there. I gotta get up on my roof, throw a little bit of tar on it, patch my one spot until I put metal roof on next year. But there are a few things I need to take care of outside, so hopefully it's a better day. So I want to thank everybody for hitting around and bullshitting. Keeps the live going a little bit better when there's somebody to kind of rap back and forth to. I still have things I would like to do to this, and I probably will. Just don't know what exactly and when. Maybe I'd like to say a backlight. Maybe a couple other little tweaks here and there. I do like it with the red shock caps actually better than the orange. The orange shock caps look good, but the reds, they stick out a little bit better. Maybe I'll buy some red ISLRs or SLR or whatever ISR, the internal color rings here on the wheels. I'll get some red ones and accent in red, which will work because that'll give me a set of ISRs to put on the other wheels. So, all right, thanks for hanging out, everybody. Appreciate you, trudging along and listening to me flap my lips. So, everybody have a good night. Thanks for chatting, and we will talk to you on the next one. Hopefully not too much longer. Like I say, probably tomorrow at some point. So everybody have a great night, and we'll talk to you later.